an Android POS like this, or a traditional POS that looks like this one. I am Tope Alao. In this video, I'm going to be dissecting whether you should get an Android POS or a traditional POS. What are the advantages of Android POS over traditional, or what are the advantages of traditional POS over Android? So if you're new to this channel, click on that subscribe button below. Also give this video a thumbs up so that people who are looking for amazing content like this will be able to see it, guys. Alright guys, so what are the benefits of Android over traditional, or benefits of traditional over Android POS terminals? So the Android POS terminal is the one that has screen like this, the screen touch just like your phone. So the traditional POS is the one that looks like this, the button one. So, and most POS companies, OPay, MoneyPoint, PalmPay, Kudi, whichever one, most of them have the selection of both Android and traditional, and a lot of people will ask which one should they go for. So in terms of ruggedness, now let's take ruggedness, or should I say ruggedity. In terms of that, most traditional POS last longer than Android POS because of the way they are made. So they are very, very rugged. Most, even all these betting shops, they use the traditional POS. It's just nowadays that they are introducing Android POS because of the ruggedness, that is the toughness, because if you fall down you can pick it up. But for Android terminals, if you fall down, that might be the end of the screen. So in terms of ruggedness, traditional POS is more rugged than Android. So now the next thing is, in terms of transaction speed, that is how fast does Android perform transaction compared to traditional. Yes, most Android POS are faster in processing transaction, and that doesn't mean that traditional POS are slow, no, but just in comparison, Android POS process transaction faster than traditional POS. Just in general, there are some Android POS that are actually slower, so it depends on the company you get the terminal from. So the third option, the third point we'll be looking at is that Android terminals, on Android terminals you can check your transaction history. Let's say you did a transaction 3 days ago. On Android terminals you can be able to check whether you can be able to check for the transaction on your Android terminal without going to your phone to check. So which makes it very, very okay for the POS to stand alone. Let's say you put an employee in a place and the employee doesn't have an Android phone to even check transaction on their phone. So but on the Android you'll be able to check the transaction history one by one, whether it's for a week before then or a month before then. You'll be able to check. Most traditional POS can't do that, which is why Android POS is actually okay as well. So the fourth thing we'll be looking at is the the transaction type that Android and traditional can do. Most traditional POS are limited in what they can do. Yes, let's say except for some of them that can do all the transaction, except for the transaction history I mentioned. So most Android POS can do withdrawal, deposits, check customers balance, bill payments, which other one, transfer, anything you want to do. So you can do it on an Android terminal. Most traditional POS can actually do that. In fact, KUDIPOS does all that. So with the exemption of checking transaction history, so you can do everything. So but most traditional POS won't be able to do NEPA bill, that is bill payments, at the time of recording this video. So things might change. So that's one thing again. So most traditional POS are limited in terms of features. So on traditional POS, for you to be able to reprint, that's point number 5. For you to be able to reprint, let's say a transaction from, let's say 2 months ago, it might be very, very difficult if you don't have the transaction details. Most of the time they ask for your STAN or your RRN for you to be able to reprint on traditional POS, which is not so on Android, because on Android all you need to do is to check the transaction history and then reprint whatever you want to reprint, which also makes the Android terminal very, very okay as well. In terms of data consumption, yes, data consumption, that's point number 6. So Android consume, should I say more data, because it's Android actually, so it consumes more data compared to the traditional POS. So it consumes more data generally. Remember, all these points are generally in general, because it depends on the company you get the terminal from. But in general, Android POS consume much data because there are a lot of things on the Android terminal compared to what you have on the traditional POS. So the point number 7 is that on your Android POS, the paper usually not every time, the printout paper is most of the time longer, usually is longer than what you have on the on the traditional POS. Sometimes it might be opposite, but most of the time Android POS print out longer paper than traditional POS, which means you are using more paper on Android compared to what you use on your traditional POS. So the point number 8 is that Android POS consume more battery. Yes, because it's doing a lot of things. You are doing a lot of things on it. It processes a lot, just like Android phone and button phone. So Android phone, you know that we all know that Android phone consume more battery compared to your all this Nokia 3310. So it is still the same thing on POS. So Android POS consume more power compared to traditional POS machine. Alright guys, those are the basic difference you have between an Android terminal and a traditional terminal like this. So you can actually get traditional POS if you want. So it's traditional POS can also stand on alone, but for most companies, their traditional POS, you still need to check your phone sometimes. But with Android POS, you don't need to check your phone most of the time. But it also depends on your budget. Now let me say point number 9 is that budget is very, very important. Android POS are more expensive than traditional POS. Yes, they are more expensive than traditional POS. We all know that Android phones are more expensive than button phone. So it's still the same thing on POS. Alright guys, that's it. Those are the difference between Android POS and traditional POS. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, click on that subscribe button below. Also give this video a thumbs up so that people who are looking for amazing content like this will be able to see it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.